No one thinks more highly than I do of the patriotism, as well as the ability of those very worthy gentlemen that have just addressed the House. But different men often see the same subject in different lights, and therefore, I hope it shall not be thought disrespectful to these gentlemen if, entertaining as I do opinions of a very different nature, shall speak forth my sentiments freely and without reserve. This is no time for ceremony. The question before this House is one of awful moment to this country. For my own part, I consider it as nothing less than the freedom or slavery, and in proportion to the subject should be the freedom of debate. For it is only in this way that we will take responsibility to God and country. Should I hold back my sentiments at such a time as this, I feel myself guilty of an act of disloyalty to revere above all earthly. Mr. President, it is natural to man to indulge in the illusions of hope. We are apt to shut our eyes against the painful truth and listen to that siren song till she transforms us all into beasts. Is this the course of wise men engaged in a great and arduous struggle for liberty? Are we disposed to number ourselves among those who, having eyes, see not, and having ears, hear not, the things which so concern their temporal salvation? As for my own parts, whatever the anguish of spirit it may cost, I am willing to know the whole truth, to know the worst of it, and to provide for it. I know of no by which to guide my feet than the light of experience, and I know of no other way of judging the future but by the past. In judging by the past, I wish to know, what has there been in the conduct of the British ministry over the last 10 years that justifies the hope that these gentlemen have been pleased to solace themselves and the House? Is it that insidious smile by which our petition has been lately received? Trust it not, sir. It will prove to be a snare to your feet. Suffer yourself not to be betrayed with a kiss. Ask yourselves this: how does this gracious reception of our petition propagate with the warlike preparations that cover our waters and darken our lands? Are armies and navies necessary for work of love and reconciliation? Have we shown ourselves so unwilling to be reconciled that force must be brought in to win back our love? Let us not deceive ourselves, gentlemen. These are the implements of war and subjugation, the last argument to which tyrants resort. I ask this, sir. Gentlemen, what means this martial array if its purpose be not to force us into submission? Can gentlemen assign any other possible motive for it? I think not. Does Great Britain have any enemy in this quarter of the world that calls for the accumulations of navies and armies? No, sir, they have none. They are sent to bind and rivet the chains which the British ministry have been so long forging. And what have we to oppose them? Shall we try arguments? Sir, we have been trying that for the last 10 years. Do we have anything new to add to the subject? Nothing. We have held this subject up to every light of which it is capable, but all in vain. Shall we try humble supplications? Shall we arrive at that have not already been exhausted? Sir, let us not, I beseech you, deceive ourselves. We have done everything that could be done to avert the storm that is now coming on. We have petitioned, we have supplicated, we have prostrated ourselves before the throne, authorities into position as the tyrannical hands of the ministry and parliament. Our petitions have been slighted. They have produced additional acts of violence and insults. Our supplications have been ignored, and we have been spurned with contempt from the foot of the throne. In vain, after all this, do we cling to the false hope of peaceful reconciliation. It is in vain, sir, to extenuate the matter. Gentlemen may cry peace, peace, but there is no peace. War has already begun. The next gale that sweeps in from the north will bring to our ears the clash of resounding arms. Our brethren are already in the field. Why stand we here idle? What would gentlemen wish? What do they want? Is life so precious? Is peace so sweet as to be bought at the cost of change and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God! I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty, or give me death.